Along with the variables, you will also find text that looks like code, and it is code. So you probably should know a little bit about HTML. But if you don't, well, it's a little bit more difficult. So also most text you find in the language files don't have a lot of different things inside them, so it might be helpful just to name a few, because there's actually just a few. There's variables, so you'll find text and variables, and you can find text and then HTML tags like the A is a tag, and there's not a lot of different things you might find inside the text actually. So yeah, basically if you exit a double quote and see a dot and a variable, you know this is to tie the variable to the text. And if you're seeing text and then you find this symbol, it means that you're entering a HTML tag. Now inside the HTML tag you might see things that look like text, but you don't need to change them. Remember that whenever you want to know what you need to change, you just need to find where this text is displayed on the page. So we're in the 404 language file for the 404 page. So you go to the 404 page and you find this text. If you follow the link, please blah blah blah, and see which text is displayed actually on screen. The text that is not displayed on screen is text that's probably inside the HTML elements, in this case the A tag. Yep. And more things inside language files. I don't think there is. Let's find another one. So these are all text here, and some I added a little comments to help, but I've created so many that some passed, and some are easy to know. So here we have an array. You will see this text also. So when you in this case in the exhibitions, it's always important to see where you're editing, so you can go to the page that goes to this language file. So if you go to exhibitions and you try to insert a comment, you'll see that you have to insert a CAPTCHA, and one of the CAPTCHA answers is going to be one of these texts. So you'll see there one of these texts and you'll know what this goes to. Let's see more. Just text. Just text. You've been in exhibition. JS is the same thing, but instead of the ending double quote and the dot, we have ending of a quote and we have a plus sign. So here's another array with all the months. If you don't know if you need to change this or not, it's easy. Well, in this case not really. In this case not really, but well, if you have trouble with making the language pack, you can always ask me to make the language pack, or some sentences you don't know, you can drop me a line. I'll try and reply. Let's find one that has, I'm sure there's a few that have the plus signs. Yeah, I'm sure there's a few. Where they are, a different story. Maybe in GS there. Miswritten word. Slideshow is not a whole word. Okay. Yeah, successful has one L. These are comments. These are not very important. Didn't know slideshow had a dash. These are comments. These are never gonna appear on the web page. This is just a description of what this text is. But I don't seem to be able to find a plus sign. So in JavaScript, JS is the same as PHP, and when we can tie text to variables, but in PHP it uses an end quote and then a dot and then the variable, but in JavaScript it's an end quote, plus sign, and a variable. It's the only difference. I don't know where I can find one of those. So if you do find them, you know. So back to, yeah, there. So in JS it's all text. The more elaborate texts with more stuff in it, is normally the PHP files. Global has a lot of text. It's no, but there's a lot of, there is some variables that is just text, and there's a lot of variables that is just text. But then, yeah, there is quite a few that you'll see that are HTML tags. In this case, it's the image, and well, these images don't have text inside. These also don't have text inside. These don't have text inside. You should know a little bit. It would help to know a little bit about HTML. If you don't know that much HTML, well, you can always pay someone to make a language pack to translate all this text. I would translate, but I don't know a lot of languages. I actually know 2, so I can't help you there. I might do a Portuguese language pack. It's the only 2 languages I know, English and Portuguese. So, come on, color. Color is spelled like this also. Yeah, all these, any errors in English, I'll have to go through all the files automatically. Actually, Notepad does that automatically. So yeah, if you don't understand how to change the text with the HTML tags, well, probably you should ask someone to help. Anyway, I hope this video helped you in some way.